Hey there! As this video is about food, I feel like I should start with a disclaimer. I have not eaten Brian. The reason why you haven't seen him for a while is he's been sitting exams for the last 2 weeks, so it's fallen to me to make these videos on my own, but he's with us in spirit. So this video was directly inspired by one of our viewers. You know who you are. Not only because you gave us the idea by asking about it, but also because of your completely unexpected, super generous contribution to our Buy a Cup of Coffee fund. Thank you so much. I'm hoping to be able to show you just how far a contribution like that can get a hiker up the trail. This is what we typically eat in a day when hiking. We have bars for breakfast rather than porridge, and also for snacks. We tend to use some trail mix again for snacks during the day, and this here is representative of bars of chocolate that will come with us. For lunch we typically have tortilla with cheese, or in Brian's case sausage. And for dinner we'll have the obligatory ramen noodles, occasionally jazzing it up with some mashed potato as well. And when possible, dried vegetables. This is just a random bag of dried onions. This is our little condiments kit. We have oil, soya sauce, hot sauce, a spice mix and some salt and pepper. And when it comes for drinks, we have instant coffee for him, tea for me, hot chocolate for the occasional drink, and Gatorade type electrolyte tablets. Again, due to the fairly nutrition-free nature of hiking food, we're hoping to take some multivitamins as well, just to supplement our food with. And if at all possible, I am hoping to get the US equivalent of this beauty here. It's something we call in England Lemsip. Generally this is a generic brand one. It's basically some lemon flavored cold powder, and it's just when you feel the first signs of a cold coming on, taking 1 or 2 of those tends to stave off the cold. All of this food is easily available via the resupply companies that we are hoping to use, and will equally easily be available in trail towns. What we won't be getting through the resupply companies is our drinks. We'll be having to buy these in trail towns and package out accordingly, mainly because all the resupply companies sell is single serving sachets, which is of course ideal for hiking, but from an environmental / plastic waste point of view it's just horrible and also extremely expensive. So we're gonna suck up the weight basically and buy ourselves a jar of ever so often and just carry it until it's empty. As most of this food is pretty vitamin free, we are hoping to supplement our food whenever we leave town by bringing, you know, stuff that will last a few days, like apples, tomatoes and cucumbers out of town. So we have at least a couple of days worth of vitamins every time we stop. So the weight of this 1 day's worth of food for 2 hikers, minus the drinks or vitamins, is 1.6 kilos. And it's collapsed, so I will have to do the maths of how much it is in ounces. We've been working out our resupply needs with the help of Half Miles PCT Crest Trail supply notes. And we've just basically gone through and worked out the mileage between these spots and how many days of food that would equate to. For the purposes of this list, I've been working on 15 miles a day and rounding up, so we hope that that will give us a reasonable sort of estimate until we know what our pace is actually going to be like. The half miles list has really good information, just general information about, like, you know, how far it is to those to town stops, and when shops are open and the post office informations. So when you're sending yourself parcels or you get a company to send yourself the parcel, you have all the information you need on this one list. As mentioned in a previous video, our resupply strategy is to basically use companies, and we'll be splitting our time equally between Sonora Pass Resupply and 0-day resupply. General consensus is that it's really easy to resupply on the go on the PCT, so when you hit a town, you just buy whatever many days worth of food you need until you hit the next town and so on. We've chosen to go down the route of the resupply companies, partly because we would like to minimize our time in town, but also for budget reasons, because by going with these companies we know exactly what we're going to spend on money from one resupply to the next, whereas if you're going from town to town, you don't know what things are going to cost in the various shops. In some of the smaller communities, the shops are inevitably quite expensive. So as we are hiking on a budget, we thought this was an easier way of keeping control of our money. They are much of a muchness in terms of prices, in terms of services, also in terms of their what their shop has to offer. They're really easy to use, both of these companies. The prices you see on the site is the prices you pay. There is no taxes or anything else to be added to them. Here's a Sonora shop for comparison. And it's really easy. You just, select the bits you want, send off the email, and it comes out to you. One downside of using resupply companies is, of course, that it's all internet orders, so if you haven't got Wi-Fi, you are kind of screwed. Free shipping is generally only available for orders over a certain amount on both of those sites. Now that works well for us as a couple because we will always hit the minimum. It might not work for single hikers necessarily. Both companies are also very, very friendly, very communicative. We've been speaking to both of them on and off, and they're very quick in responding to your queries, so we're hoping that will see us through.